sky. We share some of your photos and the best time to catch the moon again tonight.
And as we head towards the peak of hurricane season, we talk about what we're tracking and take a look back at some historic hurricanes as we approach their anniversaries.
And the cool temperatures are on the way as we head into your Wednesday morning. We're on your side with what we can expect for the rest of your week as well, and when we could possibly see hotter conditions and some wet weather.
Live on your side. First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
And stunning photos of the supermoon over the state of Alabama. And check this stunning image out from Nick Boone. And it was the supermoon blue moon, a seasonal blue moon. And as we saw from yesterday, we've had this makes 4 full moons in an astronomical season. But we had plenty of pictures sent in through the First Alert Weather app. And we'll be sharing lots more of those photos here coming up right here on Weather Extra, Tania. And great to have you back here with us again. I noticed last night you were sharing some pictures, but we woke up today, email box was full of photos.
Full of photos. We are so grateful for you guys. People listen, Wes. They went outside, they looked up, and they got to see the big moon, and it was stunning. I saw it for myself.
Just a beautiful night, and you know, we've got these nice temperatures out there during the evening. You can really tell it. I was talking to Matt, even though it's a little bit cooler right now, even through last week during the evening hours, it just felt drier, and it just felt nicer.
Less humid.
Yeah. So right at past sunset time, big drop off in those temperatures and a big improvement, and part of that is the fact that we do have drought conditions across parts of the area. Really adds to that dryness factor. That's one of the next big things we're talking about. The sky really cleared out today. You know, we were showing some of those satellite images of all that drier air moving in, and look at Vernon right now. That's a live look, and we should enjoy a beautiful sunset this evening around 7:27 as we go to our temperatures across the state. Just to show you, we're still in the 80s out there, but we're 82 at Coleman. Once we get these updates, we'll likely start to see some 70s here over the next 30 minutes or so. But tomorrow morning, look at this, out the door, we're going to have temperatures down into the 50s. So a nice cool start to the day, showing 62 around Alabaster, 58 Center, Gadsden, 64 around Tuscaloosa. So I know we've been talking a lot about this little taste of fall. That's what it's all about. But the afternoon, summer comes back. So we have fall in the morning, summer in the afternoon. But the afternoons coming up next couple of days, we'll start to trend a little bit hotter there. But at least we got some nice mornings, nice evening conditions. Want to get a walk in later on this evening. Looks like nice conditions. A few showers possible. One of the next big things we're going to be talking about for late tomorrow, areas to the south might see a couple of showers on Thursday, and we'll show you more of that forecast data as we check out the long-range forecast later on Weather Extra.
And thanks, Wes. With these nice conditions expected, you know, it was perfect night to look up at the sky and catch that super blue moon. But first, let's take a look at some of those photos you guys sent in last night. This first one from Donna Sorensen out in Pale City. I mean, what kind of cameras are you guys using? These images are stunning. Andrew Torbert in Pinson, this beautiful photo with the trees just showing a shadow over the moon. I love that. And this is actually not the last one. This one's from Buddy out in Tuscaloosa. Love that beautiful picture there as well. And then we have John Tucker, this one right here that you see on your screen. This is over at Smith Lake. Of course, we want to make sure that you continue to share us those photos by using the First Alert Weather app, but we'll continue to share them on TV, not just right now, but throughout the night tonight, so stay with us. I actually want to talk a little bit more now about Ernesto.
Yeah, that's right. Of hurricane season. A new report from NOAA showing that tropical developments becoming more likely as we head towards the end of August and early September. Tropical storm, the post-tropical system Ernesto right now, you can see that system's over the northern Atlantic and tracking towards Europe, so it's no longer has the tropical characteristics, a much weaker system, but that's the only system that we have at this time over the Atlantic basin. And as we take you through the weather history, Saturday marked 55 years since Hurricane Camille. It made landfall on the Mississippi Gulf Coast near Waveland, Mississippi, about 45 miles from Biloxi, and it ranks as the second most intense hurricane to strike the continental United States. The actual maximum maximum sustained winds of Hurricane Camille were previously not known due to the hurricane destroying the wind recording instruments. I just remember for so many years, studying meteorology, you'd open an encyclopedia, and that's the one that always stood out. It was Hurricane Camille. New data shows peak winds of 175 miles per hour along the coast. Damage brought on by Camille was partial destruction of the fallen trees, of course, all kinds of damage. We just, so many scenes there that emulate what we saw with Hurricane Katrina across South Mississippi, which was one of the hardest hit areas. There were 256 fatalities as a result of the event and nearly $1.5 billion in damage.
And this Saturday makes the 32nd anniversary of Hurricane Andrew making landfall in Dade County, Florida. It had maximum sustained winds of 165 miles per hour, with the strong winds causing most of the damage. Andrew caused an estimated $26 billion in damages, making it the most expensive disaster in American history, and was surpassed by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Both Hurricane Andrew and Camille are two of the only 4 hurricanes to make landfall in the United States as a Category 5. But
all right, coming up, we're going to be talking more about those cooler temperatures tomorrow morning and the possibility for a few showers in the afternoon next couple of days, and the extreme flooding impacting the Northeast. The latest as we continue on Weather Extra. We'll mention over the next couple days, not a lot of wet weather. There will be a chance we might see a couple isolated showers to the south Wednesday and Thursday, and then we go through the weekend. And after that, it looks like the next better chance that we're going to see some showers and storms probably Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So we are entering some dry stretches, and I know that's not good news for a lot of us that really didn't receive much rain over the weekend. So plan on watering over the next several days. But as we move ahead, one of the next big things we're going to be talking about in that long range is the heat coming back. And I know at least right now we're enjoying a little bit of a break in some of those blistering hot temperatures. But as we prepare for some of that hot weather to roll in, meteorologist Shinty Rodriguez joins us now with how you can protect yourself and your child in a hot car.
Sadly, more than 900 children have died in hot cars since 1988, according to the website noheatstroke.org. More than 15 of those deaths have been reported this year, and they can be prevented if we follow just a few simple steps.
It is very important that we keep the keys out of reach of children. If little kids have access to the car, they can lock themselves, and it doesn't take long for heat stroke to happen inside of a car. Never leave a child unattended in a hot vehicle. Always look before you lock your car to make sure that you're leaving no children inside. When you get in the car, place one of your shoes, your purse, or the cell phone in the back seat. By doing this, you will look for this object before you leave the car, and it serves as a reminder that you have a child in the back seat. This is especially useful when you have a change in your routine. Remember that we don't need extremely hot temperatures for the car to heat up quickly to dangerous levels. For example, with an air temperature of just 70 degrees, your car would reach 98 degrees in just 20 minutes. It could reach 109 degrees in just 10 minutes when we have an air temperature of 90 degrees.
Please keep these recommendations in mind and share them with your family and friends. These few simple steps can make a difference and prevent pediatric deaths.
And taking you across the nation now, take a look at some of the areas, specifically Texas, battling the heat. Excessive heat warnings for many areas across their state through at least August 21st until about 9 p.m. So this is highlighting Hamilton, Texas, but that excessive heat warning extends all the way to that Texas coastline, including Houston and Galveston. These heat warnings come as a wife reflects on the dangers of heat illnesses after her husband sadly passed away. Andrea Lucia has more on the story.
And I saw the video of that driver plowing into trees. And then, they said it was from the McKinney Center, and my heart just stopped. I spent the entire day yesterday bawling my eyes out. I couldn't believe that it was happening again.
Nasa Lambeth's husband, Chris Begley, was a dedicated UPS driver for 28 years.
He showed up to our very first date in his UPS uniform.
But working long hours in trucks with no air conditioning had its impact.
He would literally come home and collapse in the chair for the night every day in the summertime.
Twice, Lambeth said she had to pick him up after he got sick on the job from the heat.
And he was nauseous. He was, not able to continue. He was getting dizzy.
The third time it happened, it was 103 degrees. Lambeth was out of town and discovered he'd been dropped off at home alone.
He was disoriented. He didn't know when he had gotten home. He didn't know how long it had been since he had passed out. He didn't know. He got frustrated with me for asking too many questions.
Days later, he collapsed and died. UPS was hit with a $66,000 fine after an OSHA investigation found the company failed to ensure Begley had access to medical care.
UPS says it's spending more than $409 million a year on heat-related safety training, outfitting its workers in specialized cooling gear, and adding equipment to vehicles and facilities to help protect people from the heat.
They've got to be responsible for frankly, for the safety of the driver.
The employee union, though, has blasted the company for failing to fully implement some of its own protocols. It says the worker who crashed Friday was told to drive back to the facility after he reported feeling sick and vomiting, rather than having help dispatched to his location. UPS says it's still investigating what happened.
The feedback that I've received from some of the drivers have said nothing's changed.
Lambeth says it's time the company do better.
It just got to change. These guys are dying. And families are going through what I've been through in the past year, and it's horrific.
And in New York, the Suffolk County executive signing a state of emergency declaration after history flooding caused a road in Stony Brook to be washed away on Sunday. Homes were evacuated and at least one other road partially collapsed. County Executive Ed Remain says the severe weather has devastated the community.
Of several sites in this county that have been impacted severely by almost 10 inches of rain that fell. Unexpectedly, we knew there was a lot of bad weather in Connecticut, but it all traveled south and it hit all along the North Shore in Suffolk County, including here in Stony Brook. Our long-time mill pond is gone. 6 houses along here are damaged. Their cesspools, personal belongings are now floating down this creek into the Sound.
Stony Brook saw between 8 inches to 12 inches of rain. Ahead, we talk about the fall-like temperatures and some hotter conditions too, plus the chance for rain this week as we take you beyond the 7-day. Plus, we're going to talk about the newest development that'll bring science and agriculture to students in a new way. Stay with us. We'll be right back. I just need to change Monday and Tuesdays logo.
And welcome back into Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt right now bringing you a live look from Jasper, where it's 86 degrees and we have a clear sky all across the state. What a beautiful evening setting up out there tonight. We're not seeing any rain, a little bit of ground clutter. That's what you're looking at, these little areas here of some of the radar returns coming in. Temperature wise right now, though, I mentioned that we saw some upper 80s, but we're going to drop off quickly. And you can see already we're down to 81 at places like Coleman, and we're going to see some 70s here soon. And overnight temperatures, look at the temperatures into tomorrow morning, 59 early in the day. What a cool start. And by noon tomorrow, we're showing 80 degrees. So a big improvement out there for at least the first half of the day. Those readings rise into the 80s and then we'll drop off again tomorrow night. It will start to feel a bit more sticky areas to the south there. That humidity comes back, but looking at the muggy meter, at least some improvements. And actually, it looks like towards the end of the week and into the weekend, not too bad. There's still somewhat of a dry feel there coming back, at least during the evening hours. You'll notice that slightly more crisp there during the overnight hours. But tomorrow morning, and you can see it early in the day, those 50s I was telling you about, showing Gadsden at 58, Coleman around 57, Hamilton, first alert for 59 early on, low 60s to the south. And then we go into the afternoon and evening, and the models are picking up right in this area. There's an upper level disturbance, almost like what we call an inverted trough. It's going to be moving across South Alabama. As that happens, it's going to squeeze out a couple of pop-up showers there. Possibility of that later in the day into the evening, and that's going to continue to retrograde, move back to the west direction here over the next couple days. And as that happens, it may squeeze out a couple of showers. Notice right there as we go into Thursday, could see a couple of showers. Not a lot of rain. Still, for a lot of us, we're going to miss out on that wet weather, but taking it into Thursday afternoon, you can see there the coverage dissipates. So maybe an isolated shower or two, as Tania was telling you earlier. We just put that 20% chance in there to cover for that possibility. But as we look at the 7-day forecast, and we are about to take you beyond the 7-day forecast, you can see we have that chance for some showers there coming back for this weekend and into Wednesday and Thursday, just a small 20% chance. And then as we move ahead into next week, we do have a first alert for temperatures back in the mid-90s. So the heat will be a big story next week. We may see more scattered showers and storms as we go to meteorologist Tania Michelle. Tania, you're looking at beyond that 7-day forecast, and looks like going out there towards the middle to end of next week, a better chance for some scattered thunderstorms.
Oh yeah, Wes, I love that we have the opportunity to take people beyond the 7 days and looking 14 days out. So in case you want to make some plans, multiple days out, of course, keep in mind the forecast can change. It's still several days out, but it gives you an idea on what you're dealing with. Notice one of the big things that I wanted to point out are those afternoon highs. So as we look at the 7-day, you can see by, okay, next Monday and Tuesday, temperatures starting to reach the upper 90s again. But look at Wednesday and Thursday. Could see some triple-digit actual air temperatures outside if it really does get that hot. We're holding right now 98 for a high on Wednesday, 97 on Thursday. And as we heat up, we start to see a better chance for a few scattered thunderstorms. And that's going to carry into the following weekend as well. Temperatures will be slightly cooler as we approach the following weekend just because of the wet weather that'll be around. So we're talking about lower 90s, but we do have a few days where we could see 100-degree temperatures. So the heat could be cranking up for us as we look about 7 to 10 days out from now. But notice Monday and Tuesday, not this next one coming up, but the following one. We're talking 14 days out. You can see that those temperatures in the low 90s with that rain and storm chance still being possible. But it's said to be one of a kind in Alabama, a science teaching farm for a West Alabama school district. This one is located in northern Tuscaloosa County, and it's now open for students to learn in the great outdoors. I love being outside. Your West Alabama reporter Brian Henry joins us now live with what the school, not live, he's going to join us here to tell us more about what the school has to offer.
Homegrown on the farm. Percolating ideas for a Tuscaloosa County student thinking about a career in agriculture, anything ranging from farming to becoming a drone pilot or even a biologist.
We now have livestock, we have sheep.
And so much more, according to Tuscaloosa County Extension Agent Neil Hargel. Near the front of the farm, you'll find corn, fruit trees, and goats. Anything that resembles a farm, the very purpose of the spread in northern Tuscaloosa County.
The average age of the farmer is 58 years old. We want to introduce these students to agriculture and not just farming and ranching, but from a standpoint of farming, ranching, forestry.
The list of possible careers is endless. Hargel says students will be out here soon learning outdoors now that the new school year has begun. They'll get a first-hand look, early lessons on what it means to be accountable and responsible.
And it teaches them about taking care of not only the ground and the crops, but also living animals as well.
The Science Teaching Farm was not the original idea for the land. The Tuscaloosa County School District had plans to build an elementary school here, but the property tax failed that would have funded the project.
Hard work.
Neil Hargel is convinced this was a better option because of what it offers and possibly life-changing for students. In fact, Hargel says a few students have already gotten the taste of the country.
I think they see the value in sweat equity.
Lifelong lessons waiting to be plowed down on the farm.
But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with your final check on weather and a look at some more of those weather photos. Stay with us. You're watching First Alert Weather Extra.
All right, time for some weather photos, and Donna Sorensen sharing this supermoon photo over Pell City. Teresa Skelton sharing a lovely sunset view, though, in the mix from Fort Morgan Pier.
Ooh, she caught the colors. Look how beautiful that is over the water there. I love it. So many wonderful photos, not just of the moon. You got this one too from Sharon Gill at Lay Lake after the storms. Look at the clouds there, Wes. Pretty cool.
I know those clouds really setting off those evening colors, and we had some rainbow photos. This was a rainbow and lightning in Alabaster.
Wow,
Erica
I just
shared
noticed that was lightning. That's so cool.
I know. What a catch, right? I mean, you just got to go through frame by frame. Anthony Isbell sharing this double rainbow, and a lot of photos after the storms that we're actually coming just now getting to there in the weather app. Like I said, we had so many photos of the storms and also those supermoon photos you were showing, just incredible.
Man, I'm like, what cameras are these people using? Because it cannot be an iPhone.
It's certainly not my iPhone.
It's not my iPhone either.
I'm every day I'm sitting there, trying to clean that thing off. But
literally.
Yeah, so it looks like the next couple days, though, at least with the sky conditions last night with those photos, it's less humid, so it makes for some great photography out there. It's going to feel nice tonight. We'll have lows down into the 60s. That's showing 67 Thursday morning, but just to note, tonight we'll see some 50s.
Yes, like we've been saying, a great night to open up your window, let that cool breeze come in, or even just sit outside early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I was at a store the other day and I saw all the Halloween stuff's out already.
Oh my gosh, all the fall stuff. Listen, I might as well just put up my fall decor at this moment.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah, everybody, I've got a feeling a few pumpkin spice lattes will be sold tomorrow morning, right?
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, but hey, the rest of the week, though, we got the hotter afternoons coming up, and we're still watching maybe a couple of showers tomorrow on Thursday, just not a lot of rain. Of course, we'll watch tonight, and we'll have more updates on that.
Yep, tonight first at 9. Otherwise, have a great evening. We'll also have a look at that 10-day forecast at 10. The issue is when we have those other little hits like our bumps. The bumps need to be in the show. Anytime we're showing like how I just did the excessive heat warning for a story, that needs to be in our new rundown. But like I was just saying.
And I think we ought to bring it all up on Links 1, like our
you
Max 1.
Okay.
I think it needs to be open on Max 1 or the traffic system.
Okay.
Let's open it on the traffic system.
Oh yeah, we can control those. We can't put traffic. Oh, we can put traffic in here.
Traffic there.
Oh, that's true.
So that's what I suggest is we build out Weather Extra on the Max box.
Okay. Yeah.
You want let's try that tomorrow?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. Let's try it.
We're just trying to make it easier so we can remember to switch the backgrounds. It'd be a lot. Now, it is always better once we have Lauren because like it's like 3 minds. So if she doesn't catch it, somebody else catches it,
We need an eye to always be watching what's behind us. We can't keep up when it's just 2 of us out here, especially one person. If the Weather Extra's up behind us, it's just like when you guys are over here producing a newscast and you got all these backgrounds over here. We pop up and we still got stuff behind us from the last story. You with me? So we've got to find a way to where we better streamline that so those things don't happen. And I think that we were talking.
We're gonna try to bring back what we did last time. Remember how we just had a Weather Extra show, and it's like A block, B block. We're gonna try to do that again.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We're always on bell.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to script that out and do it maybe on Max 3 or Max Engage.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Hey.
Okay, let's do it in 3, 2. Hey there, everyone. First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle here with that 7-day forecast. A first alert for an isolated shower around as we bring in your Wednesday and your Thursday. Greatest rain chance Wednesday will be likely in the evening for our far eastern counties, but those showers could slightly move to our western counties as we approach your Thursday morning and really the overnight hours Wednesday into Thursday. So just giving you that first alert. Many areas will stay dry, so you really don't need to be worried about a washout by any means. Those afternoon highs, though, back into the upper 80s and then the low 90s as we approach your Friday and your weekend. We'll hold on to partly cloudy skies as we head into the weekend. Great weekend to get some yard work done. Keep in mind, you also want to water those plants because we're not getting a lot of wet weather this week. And then another great weekend to even wash those cars since we're staying dry. We'll stay dry as we bring in next week, but a first alert for hotter conditions. Notice next Tuesday and even Monday, those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. If you're looking for more forecast updates, don't hesitate to download the WBRC 6 News weather app, and you can always check in locally to your local news channel 6 for more updates as well.